red hot flaming. Hu Yin, Tone's mother, stormed out of the farm, her fury unmistakable. Why? She failed to silence 2DM, who refused to yield to her demands. Despite Hu Yin's intimidation tactics, 2DM stood her ground, leaving Hu Yin seething with anger and frustration. Wishing you a day filled with drama, tea, and juicy plot twists, just like the story. Have a fantastic day. In a highly anticipated confrontation, Hu Yin descended upon the farm the moment Tone left for a business trip to the south. Seizing the opportunity to catch 2DM alone and potentially vulnerable, Hu Yin launched a fierce attack. However, her attempt to strong-arm 2DM into submission spectacularly backfired. 2DM stood firm, refusing to yield to Hu Yin's demands despite the barrage of hurtful words and threats. Tears streaming down her face, 2DM passionately defended her love for Tone, prioritizing his well-being above all else. Enraged, Hu Yin stormed out of the farm, her anger and frustration evident. So what's next? Will Hu Yin's anger boil over into further conflict, unleashing a torrent of emotions and recriminations? Will her threats escalate into a full-blown storm, leaving 2DM and Tone reeling from the fallout? Or are they just empty words? A desperate attempt to salvage her pride and assert control over a situation spiraling out of her grasp? The conflict has yet to reach its peak. The eye of the storm is still brewing, leaving uncertainty about the devastation it will bring. Meanwhile, Tui and Mr. Tuan had narrowly missed witnessing Hu Yin's vitriolic outburst. With a woman's intuition, Tui sensed that something was profoundly amiss. Her concern etched on her face as she gently coaxed 2DM to open up. Tui's empathetic nature kicked in, as she swiftly moved to offer 2DM comfort and a listening ear. Mr. Tuan, showcasing his tactful side, discreetly excuses himself, allowing the ladies to discuss the sensitive matters in private. Initially hesitant, 2DM's resolve slowly crumbled beneath Tui's gentle prodding, and she finally poured out her heart, recounting every excruciating detail of the confrontation. Despite her inner turmoil over her mother's harsh behavior toward 2DM, Tui composed herself and offered a reassuring presence. Her eyes filled with empathy, she nodded encouragingly. Her gentle smile is a balm to 2DM's frazzled nerves. With a quiet confidence, Tui conveyed a sense of hope. Her supportive energy helps to calm 2DM's emotional storm. As 2DM's tension eased, Tui's reassuring touch on her arm seemed to say, "You are not alone." Moreover, 2DM had endured unimaginable hardships, weathering a torrent of physical, verbal, and emotional abuse, as well as relentless harassment. All alone and unaided. But this time, the dynamics had shifted. She had found solace in newfound alliances. A network of people ready to defend, protect, and support her if needed. Thuy and their grandma's love and support had become a beacon of hope. While Mr. Tuan and his mother, whom she had met during her darkest days, offered kindness and understanding. Then there was Mr. Tu and his incredible mother, who might possibly be her biological family. A prospect that filled with both excitement and trepidation. But even if they weren't related by blood, their warmth and generosity made her feel like she could be part of their family. Tupon, a newfound friend, shared emotional support and always thought of her well-being. And above all else, there was Tone, whose unconditional love and devotion wrapped 2DM in a sense of safety and belonging. With such a support system in place, 2DM felt a sense of strength she had never known before. She is definitely not alone anymore in this battle. However, viewers remained hopeful that Tone's mother's narrative would take a turn for the better, as her current behavior starkly contrasted with the loving family dynamics they had grown to cherish. The memory of Thuy and Tone's deep respect and love for their mother, who had once embodied sweetness, care, and support, made her drastic change in personality all the more disheartening. Viewers yearned for a return to the warm, nurturing presence that had defined her character. And they held on to the hope that a revelation or turning point would soon restore the family's loving atmosphere. If the drastic change in Hu Yin's character personality was meant to add a twist to the narrative, then it fell woefully short. It simply didn't do any justice. Share your thoughts. Feel free to leave your comment below with your theories and predictions.